Good morning, guys, and welcome back. We had a little shower just come through. That's why it's a little bit dark behind me, and it's looking pretty good that way. We actually had quite a wet morning yesterday. We got about probably maybe 10 mils, maybe a little bit over, which is perfect for that fertiliser I've just put on. I got 3 loads on in the last sort of week, so it will wash that in nicely, or maybe not the sulphur, but it would have washed the nitrogen in. But check out how good this fencing looks. It's awesome. So Doug was down here yesterday. He's finished up. He's pretty much finished up actually. Run out of wire right there for the middle one. So I've just got to get some more. Dad's gone into town this morning. We'll run that out, and then this line is pretty much complete. I've also got to come down, pull these waratahs out. Wound the wire up. I just couldn't get the waratahs out. They're a little bit hard, but that looks absolutely amazing, I reckon. So much better. Originally what I'd planned though was to start this new fence about there, and then I was actually going to hook on to the pre-existing one, but we sort of thought about it and thought, it'd really tidy this job up if we just ran it straight down here. So all this is new post, and it's all 3 wires, which is really good for, well, going into the future. Doug was saying a couple of days ago that he thought that it's going to be a requirement for Fonterra for maybe next season. I do need to ring my sustainable dairy manager up and speak to her, but they were talking about, or he was saying, that drains needed to be 2 wire fenced, and most of ours are all hot wire single fenced, but they're not 2 wire. So that was sort of the point of going through the stretch, or taking it to the end, was just covering our bases there, getting it done. It will be 3 wires, but then it's also sort of future-proofing, well, myself there too. Also fixed this corner up. The strainer used to be over there, and it was a tiny little sort of man gate. I could ride through it with a motorbike, but it makes more sense to pull it back, make this a bit wider, so now we can get the tractor through here, which makes it just life so much easier. There's only a few more little jobs to do, and then he will be finished and he'll move on, but we should get that done today. He's actually away watching his granddaughter swim. I think she's swimming in like a regional swimming in the Waikato somewhere, which is pretty cool. But I was standing up here in the cow shed this morning looking down thinking how good it looks, except for that fence that comes up the hill there, that old rickety one. It's not a very long one, and since he's not going to be back till this afternoon, it will give me a good chance to pull it down. So what I'm going to do is take all these wires down, roll them up, more barbed wire, lovely, and take these concrete posts out. I've still got some posts left over from the bundle that I bought. I've got about 10 or 11, and that will fit in here perfectly. So I'm going to replace this fence while we're at it, which sort of just seems like a bit of a no-brainer, because then this whole block through here will have good fencing and nothing really needs doing in the future. So I thought it would be a good chance to get this done. I'm also going to probably take that gate off and make it a little bit wider. It is a little bit tight getting through here. I put some fertiliser on there yesterday, and it's just, yeah, it's a little bit tight. Like, it's not too bad, but we might as well just make it a little bit wide. Everything's getting bigger these days, so you got to think ahead. I actually have another gate which is just down there, so I'll pull that out because it's not being used at the moment on a strainer. We'll replace the strainer, and then that'll look blimmin' good then. There's really only the 2 wires that are holding it up at the moment, although there's a couple more on it. It'd actually be quite good having power down here as well, and that's another reason to replace this. Then this whole block has pretty much got power running through most of it, which would be good as well. That's looking a little bit better. It's more barbed wire that future generations will never have to wind up. Hands are a little bit cut up from winding that barbed wire up for the last couple of days. Probably should have worn gloves, but oh well. This is the gate I had in mind, but I don't think it's any bigger than the other one up there. I do need to pull it out. I need a couple of quarter rounds. There's 3 there, plus that strainer would be handy putting somewhere else. So I do need to pull it out, but might see if I can find another one. Oh, that is 10 times better. still going to pull this strainer out though. It either needs a new one just to tidy it up, or I'll put it back in, but put it back in straight. I think we'll go with a new one. I think they might have had a foot on it, that one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was just stuck in real hard. Definitely pulled the tractor over. Doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe. There might have been... That looks like a bit of wire up there. Yeah, I'd say it was footed. That other one was 9.5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I might rob the one that's up on that new fence line up there, and I can just put a bungee cord across until we get that new one from town. We've got to wait for them to come in, those real long ones. I think that might work the best. Here's some of this sulphur that I spread around yesterday. This is the sulphur but not the urea bit, but you can see how soft it is. It's just breaking up in my hands. It's from that little bit of moisture or bit of rain. It's good, so it'll just dissolve down. I'd say the urea that's in it, or sustain, is probably broken down already. Just chuck these posts out, and then I'll go and see if that gate will fit in that spot all right. Feels like it's going to rain again. I feel like it might be slightly bigger. I need to take the other one anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it is a bit bigger. We'll take that. When I ripped that little bit of hedge out there, it was a good strainer. I think there's actually 2 good strainers here, so I might as well pick them up since I'm up this way. I've dropped the first one off, and then this gate is coming over here. I said a while back I wanted to make this gateway a little bit wider, and this is the perfect chance to do it. A lot of gear comes through here, agricultural gear, big tractors and stuff, and it is quite tight, so I'm extending it. I really want to get rid of that concrete post too. These gudgeons don't sort of fit on there the best, they always come off, so I am getting sick of that. We'll pull that out. That thing looks very heavy though. Hopefully my tractor can do it. I think this power should be off too, better just check. Yep. Oh yeah, that is much better. It's actually quite a bit wider. Probably where that underground cable is about there, we'll put the post, so heck of a difference. And he's back. Might go jump on the tractor, just drive it for him, speed things up a little bit. Sure if that video had any sound. I left my microphone on today. It was sitting in the tractor and it killed the battery. I had to shoot home for another one. Doug's just going to finish that fence where he is up there, and then he's going to call it a day after that. I think he's probably still got an hour up there to do. I thought originally we were going to try and get the rest of the jobs done today, but he's not too worried, so that's all good by me. We'll just finish them up on Monday or Tuesday. It is an Easter weekend, or it is Easter this weekend, so tomorrow's Good Friday, then Monday's off, and I think Tuesday's off too this year. I don't know why, something like that. Well, not for me anyway. Mum and Dad are going away, but I'm working, which is fair enough. However, I had planned on trying to get a few paddocks undersown, like that one right there, but I gave Finches a ring before and they said they're just a little bit behind because of the rain, which is fair enough, but they're going to try and give their drivers the Easter weekend off, or until Monday, so they might be here early next week, which would be good. I want to get it in the ground so it starts growing, or it germinates while it's nice and warm. The sooner you get it in, the sooner you can graze it. One of these strainers I picked up had a good, that one right there, that one's a bit shot. I'm going to grab this for that new gate up there. Easy as, hopefully it comes out of there alright. Leave that on like that so it's flush. Oh yeah, it's going. Just to save the thread. Beauty. I really need another one of these. I don't think there's one in the little red shed. There were some of them sitting up here, but I think I've used them all. Look like it, can't see anything. One will be right. I almost forgot about this gap, so that wouldn't have been too good in the morning. So hopefully this bungee will go across. I feel like it may be too short. Nah, it'll work. Perfect. Actually, I'll put it back on this side. There we go. A little bit tight, but it will go. Hammer would be a better tool for this. Lucky I've got one. There we go, now we're cooking. Not too shabby. Probably needs to be wound in at the top a little bit, so to change the height, or actually not the height but the angle, like if you want that end to go up or down, you just adjust this. So if I wind that out that way, the gate will come up like this. So it probably needs to be lifted just a little bit, not too much. We'll be able to tell once we get the other one in. But that'll pretty much do it for this video, guys. Although actually I did have my audit yesterday for the dairy shed passed. I passed that plus the cooperative difference. All I've got to do actually though is write down in my diary the last day that the cows are on the feed pan, send a photo through, and then yeah, get that checked off. So just a minor detail, but do that and then everything is good to go. It unlocks that cooperative difference, which is 7 extra cents per kg of milk solid, which is quite a bit. It all adds up, so that'll be good. But see you next time.